Do I have permission to speak to Kelsey's subconscious?
Yes.
Do I have permission to ask questions?
Yes.
I know the subconscious could have brought forth many different things for Kelsey to see today. You chose to bring forward a time where she was in the lifetime with that special knowledge in the temple and the ceremonies. Why did you pick that to show her today?
She needed to know.
Is there anything else you want to tell her about that lifetime?
This lifetime is still a part of her. They are directly connected.
Is she the one who's supposed to activate that knowledge and wisdom?
Yes.
How does she go about activating that knowledge and wisdom?
She just had to remember that she already carries the codes. She just has to tap into them and know that she already possesses the power.
So how exactly does she tap into those codes? How does she do that?
She just has to allow the light to enter her heart. She keeps it closed off.
So show her exactly what she needs to do to allow that light to enter her heart.
She has to let go. There's so much dense energy, and so the light isn't able to penetrate in the way that it needs to. She needs to clear. The heart is the key.
How does she remove this dense energy? How does she clear this?
She just needs to send her intention there and to hold her hands over her heart, for the energy will move through her hands to break up the density around her heart. And once the light gets in, it will activate and continue to brighten until the codes begin to turn on.
Can you help her with this so she gets it exactly right?
Yes.
Thank you. We really appreciate that. Anything else you want to tell her about that lifetime?
She always wonders why she is called to the spiritual realm. And much of it has to do with this life. She still feels connected to this life and yearns for it in a way, because there was so much truth and she misses that. Now she knows that that is who she truly is. There's a reason.
She asked, why was she born into this life? She wants to live more in alignment. What is her life purpose?
It is to activate these codes now. She feels the density of the earth and those around her now. And she is here to break open that density to allow the light to come forth to help activate those around her and the earth itself.
So what exactly is going to happen after these codes are activated?
The energy will shift and the frequencies will change, which will change how people are able to live. There will be much more love, lightness, just more peace instead of the darkness that has woven itself into this matrix. It's time for the shift.
When will we see this, the results of this, the peace and the love? When will we actually see that happening?
It is beginning. It is beginning. But it takes time to integrate the frequency into this dimension. But it is happening. And it will continue to happen until the shift is made apparent on a much larger scale. This is the shift that everybody is waiting for.
Is there anything we can do to help with this?
Hold the intention and don't allow the distractions to pull you away from what you are here to do. It's easy to be distracted now more than ever, but as long as you focus your mind and your energy, this shift will happen quicker. So the more you can meditate or fall into this rhythm of being, the more that the activations will ripple out and activate others. And it will be a collective effect felt around the world.
Should this information be published?
Yes. People already are waking up to this, but it's time that they know that it's here now and it's happening.
May we ask who is speaking now?
I don't have a name. Don't have a name that I can share. It is more of a signature, an energy signature.
How long have you been with Kelsey?
Oh, many, many, many lifetimes.
And does she have other spirit guides? Would you be considered a spirit guide?
Yes, we are connected. We are from the same soul family. We share similar aspects of the same source frequency.
Were you ever human?
No. No.
Can you tell Kelsey about her spirit guides?
She's surrounded by many, and she can tap into any guide that she would like to.
What is the best way that she can tap into the guides?
She need only ask. They are part of her, and she already does this. I don't know why she doubts herself so much.
Can you help her with that?
Yes.
Like, what is the best way that she can communicate with you? She wants to strengthen lines of communication with you. How does she do that?
She already talks to us. She used to think it was through writing and through her channeling, but now it's so much simpler. She only needs to tune her mind, and we talk to her all the time. We're with her.
Can you give her a sign or symbol letting her know when she's connected with you?
Yes, and she already knows.
Okay, tell us about her book. Is there anything she needs to do or change in the way she's writing her book?
This is what she's meant to do. This is how she will help activate so many others. It's part of the knowledge from this past life. It's reconnecting to the earth and to the divine feminine light that everybody holds within them. And this will allow the remembrance to spread. It will be embedded in the mothers and the daughters, and it will help with the unfolding. She just needs to trust.
Okay, what about her journals? Should she publish her journals?
The journals are full of very insightful ideas. Those for her to understand. And they held codes which helped her open up, we will say. She does not need to share them, for they are the codes and the messages that she needed to activate.
So her journals were basically for her only?
Yes.
Okay. Is there a specific way she can communicate with her mom?
Her mom is with her always. Her mother is exploring a lot on the other side. She has been going through healing that she deeply needed after this life. But her mother and her are always together. They will always be together.
Was her mother the one in the previous life that you showed us? Was that her same mother?
That was her daughter. Was her daughter.
Was there anyone else in that life, in that previous lifetime? Was there anyone else that's here with her now in this lifetime, besides her daughter?
Susan was her daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan was her husband. That gave her the unconditional support she needed. And he is doing so in this lifetime as well.
Okay, so her first question was also, what is her life purpose?
To activate the codes in her and in her daughters, for they hold the key. And in their activation, they are assisting others and are caregivers of the earth.
Okay, she asks, what innate gifts does she carry, and which need to be fully expressed, and how?
It's through her words and her writing, even though she wouldn't think so. But they are the avenue in which this will come forth. She could choose to express it in many ways, but writing and the energy in which things come together is the avenue in which she will have the biggest impact.
Many, many people on the planet have a life purpose, and they don't know it when they don't meditate, connect, and such as this quantum healing session. So what can we do to help other people get their answers and fulfill their life purposes?
Everyone is searching for outside of themselves. Everyone is searching for answers. But all they have to do is look inward, and we can only show them how to do this by how we look at ourselves and how we choose to live our lives. The way we carry ourselves and our energy are the ways in which we assist others. We cannot make that choice for them, but they will choose to align themselves as others continue to align themselves. So the more we can live in rhythm with who we are, the more that will help others awaken to who they are. We are the way showers.
Thank you. We appreciate that. Kelsey wants to know, does she need to do anything? Does she need to travel, take workshops, any studies, any artwork? Is there anything she needs to do?
She's already doing them through her art classes, through the expression of her creativity. We've already been showing her, and she's already been following. In terms of travel, she does not need to travel. However, if she does choose to, she will activate certain parts of herself as well as the earth when she physically travels to those locations. It is not necessary, but it is important.
She mentioned she wants to go to Peru, to Machu Picchu.
Yes, she will go there. And again, it is a spiritual activation that she knows she needs to receive. And it will help with the opening of her heart. She feels deeply connected to this area, this region, for there is codes that are waiting to activate more fully, but it's a blending of frequencies that help to activate.
Mm.
It's a co-creation of sorts, and will help with the recalibration of certain areas, because it is all connected. Just because you're in one location, it doesn't mean it's not connected to other locations.
Mm-hmm.
So once she feels called to go there, her purpose will be served.
Okay, is there anything you want to tell her about Glastonbury, England?
This is more of a past life remembrance, ancestral ties. But again, it is deeply connected to the divine feminine, which all of these lives connect with and are tied together. And so this trip would allow her to remember that part of herself.
So the past life that you showed her today, where was that?
Egypt.
Okay. Should she visit Egypt in this lifetime?
Yes.
Okay. She also wants to know what lessons or growth is she here to explore, embody, and even release patterns. She does feel like she's getting lighter and happier.
There is a lot of fear. And part of this is from this life, but this is more carryover from other lives, and a fear of being seen because of past persecution.
Mm.
And she's always played small because of a deep-rooted fear of being seen and being persecuted. And this is part of the reason why she plays small. But she no longer has to play small, because she'll find that there's nothing to fear. These are self-limiting beliefs that she placed upon herself to keep her safe. But she no longer has to fear the same type of persecution she has experienced, for she now needs to step into the light and be who she was born to be in this lifetime. And she can tap on the strength of her ancestors and other aspects of herself to allow her to have the courage to shine brightly.
Okay, she wants to know about self-confidence. What is it she's not fully trusting? She feels her deep fear of public speaking. What is she not seeing? And how can she get over this?
This is part of what we were mentioning.
Mm-hmm.
The fear of being seen. It's a blockage within her throat. The expression, for in past lives she was persecuted for speaking her truth and sharing her truth. So she is afraid, for she does not want to be seen. But we are helping her really realize that she is safe in this life, and that in order to live more fully aligned, she has to use her voice and use her writing and her expressions in order to move forward, and that is why she came. So moving forward, we will help her release this fear, because it is no longer serving her. And she needs to use her voice. That is why she is here.
Thank you so much. I'm sure she's going to appreciate that you're going to help her with that.
Yes.
We spoke a little bit about her spirit guides, and she mentioned something about galactic energy and a medicine man. Can you tell her a little bit about that?
Yes. She has many guides. Many are working with her in this life, in other lives, and are closely related to other aspects of her incarnations. And so she feels connected to them because they're always with her. The medicine man, if you will, is a past ancestor from the life she's experienced before. And that is why she feels deeply connected to herbalism and plant medicine. For if she wishes to explore that, he is there with her to be her guide. The galactic energy is always there. It's part of her soul connection, for she is incarnate as another dimensional being currently, and she can connect to this life, and when she channels, this part of herself is what is coming through. They are coexisting in a similar timeline, but are different expressions of the same soul.
Would that be considered a parallel life?
Yes. Yes, and that is why she is so drawn to galactic energies and the Council of Light. She knows much about this, but it's not this life, it is her parallel life. So she can easily tap into this because it's part of who she is right now.
How can she utilize that information to benefit her now?
She's pulling on that frequency of light to help activate this current body, and in turn is helping with the ascension process of the collective. And so they are both working together to energize the grid lines within the earth, which extends to all beings. And this is how we work with her.
Are there other people going through the similar situations as she is?
Yes.
On the planet?
Yes. She is one of many who chose to come down during this time, during the Great Turning, and she is working with other people and other beings to hold this light, which contains the frequencies, which are the avenues for the Great Ascension.
Would it be beneficial for her to get this group together?
Yes. Yes, it would. She knows those people in her life who are connected and tuned into this light, and it would be very beneficial to bring these people together to, like we said in her other life, to activate and amplify the impact. And this will help, again, speed up the process. And the more that people can tune into this light, the less painful the transition will be. But again, this is a choice that people have to choose for themselves. It is happening, but the transition is up to the people here who are able to anchor the light. The more people anchor the light, the smoother the transition will be.
Thank you, we appreciate that. What is the first thing she should do to gather these people?
She has been sharing about her past experience, and it has piqued the interest of many, whether they understand it now or they will see how the threads are woven together. But there will be people who question and ask the right questions that will allow her to know who is ready in this point in time to come together to activate those frequencies. There are folks that she knows now and some that she has yet to meet, but when she meets them, she already knows. They are the people that she's already shared these insights with.
Can you help her with that?
Yes. The blockages of fear had been holding her back, but after today, she won't feel the fear that had been prohibiting her from being more intentional in bringing these people together. And once they come together, they will in turn activate each other in ways that is necessary to move things forward.
Is there anything we can do to help?
Continue to do what you're doing. This conduit, this avenue is really helping many people realize and connect to their true purpose. And you have been paving the pathway for those of us who are able to tune in, to continue to learn more and explore and allow space for expansion. And you are the reason why many have been awakening. So you must continue on this path because, again, we all have a role to play, and together we are responsible for the great turning.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And Kelsey wants to know, what is she meant to do for her girls, and how can she best help them?
She needs to cultivate the confidence and empowerment of these individual souls. They are here for a purpose, for a mission. They have chosen her to incarnate in this life, and her job is to hold the space for them to remember and realize who they are. She cannot do that for them, but in the way she carries herself, in the way she is able to express her soul through this incarnation will, in turn, allow them to see themselves more fully and realize their purpose much sooner. And her responsibility is to be the mirror for them to see themselves and to share the frequency of love that allows their hearts to open and stay open as they continue on their own journeys, especially during this time of coming transition.
Would Kelsey have to go into prayer and communicate with their higher selves, or can you take that over and make it happen so their higher self help the girls when they need it?
I can communicate with them directly at any point. All she needs to do is ask, and we are in direct communication. It is all about the intention, because within specific intentions lies very specific frequencies which are the masters of physical reality, we will say. So as long as they hold the intention, they can quite literally shift reality in a sense, because it is very open to persuasion. And so that's why people say thoughts become things. It's a lot more malleable than we realize.
Would it be beneficial for Kelsey to go into meditation, connect with you, and channel words directly from you?
Yes. She can tap into me anytime, and part of the work that we did within her journals, in her writing, was this unfolding, and she has a direct line to me, even within her conscious mind. It's easy for her to channel and to tap into me directly because we are connected and we share the same soul essence. And so my role is to assist her, and our purposes are entwined. So by her channeling and tapping into me, I am also fulfilling my purpose. And so it is.
So when Kelsey mentioned Galactic, and she has a galactic parallel life, would that include the Arcturians?
She is connected to the Arcturians. She is connected to many beings, Lyrian especially.
Mm-hmm.
She has also worked with the blue avians, and has a lot of connections to these interdimensional beings, as she has incarnated as them many, many times, and is part of the reason why she feels so out of place here on Earth at this time.
Can you make it so that she is comfortable with the information coming through?
Yes, she already knows this deep inside of her, and it is not a surprise. And this will help her integrate the knowledge that she already possesses and allow it to come forth more freely, for there is no longer blocks and questioning to these different channels or frequencies, because she knows that she is part of them.
Can you also make her family and friends comfortable with this information?
Yes. She very much worries about judgment from others. However, this is part of her past life and the fear that she continues to hold because of persecution. But she has found people in her life that understand and connect to this energy, and so she has been opening up and sharing more of her experiences, which again is allowing the frequencies and expansion of others, for they are openings in understanding where they also come from and how they are connected to the larger, we'll say, tapestry of all that is.
Okay. Is there anything else that Kelsey needs to do for any of her family members?
The children need to spend more time outside. They are keepers of the earth, and within this society there is too much time spent indoors and they must be spending more time outside and in direct connection with plants and animals. They are at a pivotal moment, for it is easy to get lost in the distractions around them, and being surrounded by the energies within the earth and the plants and the animals will lighten them, and they will more clearly see and feel their purpose. It becomes harder the more time that they spend inside.
And there's a place in Arizona called Out of Africa where they have giraffes and all kinds of animals. Would that be some place the family could visit and enjoy?
Yes, but they must not need to go so far. They have a beautiful forest in their backyard, and they can connect with the trees there and the animals that are here. But they do have a connection to animals, and as this great unfolding continues, we will realize that we are able to directly communicate with all sentient beings, animals and plants and trees and other beings that we physically can't see right now but will come into our awareness. And so it's important to spend time together as these energies are integrating. And there will be a deepening of that connection.
Kelsey was telling me she had a Zoom session with QHHT, and she listened to the recording and enjoyed it so much, but then it was gone. Why did that happen like that?
She didn't need to have all of the information available to her, for she was able to take the most important pieces forward and share those with those that needed to hear the story. And everything that was transmitted was to help her on her journey, and it has, for it has led her here.
Is there anything we forgot to talk with you about today?
Just to have faith that things are working out, even though the world may seem like it is crumbling, that these are the belief systems that have been holding humanity prisoners, and with the destruction comes the rebirth. And so to have faith that although things may seem horrific, they are necessary to the dissolvement of these institutions and belief systems that have been holding humanity back. And it is important to go inward and stay grounded and connect to your heart center despite the fear, for we will come through this on the other side, and we will be stronger and will be able to rebuild in a much more balanced and harmonious way. So please do not fear, for it is all necessary.
Do you have a message for humanity?
Remember who you are and where you come from, and trust that we will make it through. We cannot bypass what is to come, but we must move forward and be the dawning of the new earth, but only together.
Is it appropriate now to ask you to recede?
Yes. Thank you.
We thank you so very, very much for coming to talk with us today. We thoroughly, thoroughly appreciate all of your wise words of wisdom.